Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Wrestlemania review show. Now we have, for the Taker HBK Career vs. Streak match, we've got a special guest on the phone, the Incarcerated One from the Wrestling Revolution, CJ Styles.
What is up, everybody? How is everyone doing tonight? I mean, I gotta say, this year's WrestleMania was a decent show. What do you guys think of the show so far? Okay, or?
I liked it. I think it was well booked. There wasn't a bunch of backstage crap. There wasn't a Kid Rock concert. There wasn't, like, you know, a bunch of backstage garbage. Hornswoggle barely showed up. I'm actually okay with this. Overall.
Yeah, there was no celebrity host this year, you're right, or celebrity guest. It was a little different feel to it. So now we're talking about the HBK Teddy Taker match, right?
Yep. Hey, you guys going to bring Teddy Taker back?
You know, this match was good. Was this as good as last year's? No. By none. I mean, this match was not nearly as good as last year's at all.
Yeah, I want to say, yeah, it was a little bit. I did kind of enjoy the match a little bit just because of the anticipation of career versus streak, but that's really the only thing that added anything to the match, besides, you know, Taker's legs nearly breaking off 3 times.
Yeah, that happened early in the beginning of the match. That's what I saw earlier. Yeah, there was a cool spot where, you know, there's some cool spots that are reversing the finishers and stuff, but I just think this year's match was not as good as last year's match. How can you live up to that? Now that Taker lost, now that Shawn Michaels lost, you know, it's going to be interesting to see where they go from here.
Yeah. What do you think?
I thought it was a good. I mean, I thought it was an okay match, but just like you said, CJ, it wasn't that. It didn't live up to what it was last year. But you know, just like and then like what Bobby said, you know, he had the stipulation, and now Shawn Michaels' career is over, just like I predicted it would. Well, everyone basically predicted it would.
Until HBK signs with TNA, and then he comes back and he's tag teaming with Ric Flair.
Speaking of TNA, what's up with Taker's Kurt Angle's entrance? Coming up underneath the stage, had the circle around him. That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, well, I think they're running out of ideas for Taker's entrance. I mean, they got the Druids. They caught him on fire at Elimination Chamber. I mean, they're running out of ideas.
I don't think that was part of the entrance last month, but it could have been. You never know. Like I said, there were some good spots here, good reversals. I did like, you know, a lot of the spots. It was decently booked. It was about 25 minutes of action, but compared to last year's match, it was not as good. And at this point, I don't need to see a third match. I think at this point, Taker is up on 2-0. There's no reason to have HBK come back and try to resurrect his career and make a third match out of it. Because you know HBK is going to come back. It's just a matter of when. Yeah.
Well, he said he might take a couple years off, though. So he may pull, you know, when he went out because of his back. What did you think of that moonsault off the top turnbuckle onto the announce table?
It was interesting. I actually thought at that point he was going to go for the elbow drop. I actually thought that was going to happen, and he went for the moonsault. I was like, wow. Both me and Kate lost pop for that. It was pretty cool. Pretty. Hey, he pulled out all stops in this match.
Yeah, so Bobby thought he was going to do an elbow drop too, but I predicted he was going to do an elbow drop. I mean, moonsault, and I was right.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I thought was going to happen.
So, and I mean, he didn't land on Sim Snuka this year, you know, the cameraman, so, or at least try to. So, I mean, you know, Taker's not making too many stupid mistakes. Just to back up for the whole show, you know, there were a lot of botches this year, though. I mean, did you notice that?
Yeah, there was a lot of botches this year. I mean, like I said, I'm pretty hammered. I'm about 12 beers into this pay-per-view, and I got to say, I mean, I drank a lot more beer this year because this WrestleMania was just not as good as years past. I mean, compared to last year's or the year before, I mean, with the Ric Flair Shawn Michaels match 2 years ago, it had some great moments. Last year's Taker Shawn Michaels match was great again, plus the other matches. This year's, it just seemed like I said in my review earlier, I mean, they had 10 matches on the card. They could have done away with a couple of them, like the Legacy Orton match and the Divas match. Give more time to other matches like Jericho and the Edge match maybe give some more time for Triple H and Sheamus, that type of thing, to have the stories. Because while they were good matches, I just don't think they were WrestleMania-worthy matches.
You might be right. I'm more of a fan of having average-length matches and having good matches on the card. I think they did a really good job this year at booking time-wise and all that. Because I was really surprised that there were no squash matches. I mean, the Divas match was probably the most subpar match, and that was kind of to be expected. So.
Yeah, I'm surprised that match actually made the card.
Yeah, well, that's what somebody said something.
Show for sure, but then I found out that Tatsu wins a Battle Royal.
Yeah, nobody cares about that Battle Royal.
They had 11 matches on the card. You know, they had a preview Battle Royal, and I guess he won that or something. I don't know. I guess that's what I missed. I don't know.
Nah, yeah, Yoshitatsu eliminated Zack Ryder to win that thing. I'm like, come on. Zack Ryder should have won it, not Yoshitatsu.
Oh, that's your boy, man. That's not going to sit good with Grumpy Cheeto, dude, the general manager of the show. I don't know, man. That's not going to sit good with your boy.
Yeah, Grumpy Cheeto's a sore subject around here right now.
Why is he a sore subject, man? Hey, you should all be getting pay raises. He won. He's moving on. You know, I mean, he's still doing videos. You guys should be happy.
Well, yeah, I guess so. All right, CJ. Well, we're gonna wrap this up here. Just overall, what would you give this WrestleMania just overall? Not even a star ranking, just average, good, thumbs up, thumbs down.
I would say a thumbs in the middle, actually. A thumbs in the middle of WrestleMania. I would say a thumbs up, but it's WrestleMania, so I expected more. If this was compared to another pay-per-view, I would give this a thumbs in the middle, a thumbs up. But no, this is a thumbs in the middle show. I mean, I actually miss the cool vignettes they used to do, the interviews they would do before and after the matches. That kind of, was lackluster this year as well. But like I said, a thumbs in the middle show.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap things up here. Anything you have to add, Wesley?
No, I just.
I'm sorry?
I was talking to Wesley.
I just overall give the pay-per-view, I give it a solid 7.
Solid 7?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess if I were Grumpy Cheeto, I guess I'd probably give this show, I don't know, maybe about 4 out of 5 Yellow Rangers. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I really... but that's if I was Grumpy Cheeto. I'm not obviously Grumpy Cheeto. But anyway, we're going to wrap things up. CJ, thank you for joining us for this last match on the card.
No worries. It was a pleasure. I'm going to go ahead and hang up. You guys have a great review, and I'll talk with you guys later.
All right, later.
All right.
All right, we are your hosts. I am Bobby Black.
And I'm Wesley White.
Good fight.
And good night.